Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now, listen, I did say that I was not going to review this season. I was just going to watch. However, however, girl, how and ever, um, episode one was pretty tasty. It pulled me in. Um, the first 2 minutes of the episode kind of gave me my life. I said, okay, okay. And I thought everybody, as we like to say, clocked in. I enjoyed the first episode. So I decided to go ahead and get my pen and my pad and take some notes so we could talk about this mess that's going on up in Jersey. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. The episode starts off with Dolores. When I tell y'all, Dolores is bad. Dolores is one of the baddest housewives across the board. I'm gonna go ahead and put Delolo. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and put Delolo in top five. Dolores is bad. Did y'all see her on Watch What Happens Live, baby? Now I'm not gonna lie. Some of the girls get on that Ozempic, and they start looking. Like death done crawled up in them because I think you lose that weight so fast. So some of the girls they look a little unhealthy, right? Dolores is one of the first ones that I've seen, or that at least that I can remember, that was on Ozempic. I think she transitioned to another weight loss. Well, Ozempic is really not for like weight; it's for diabetes, from what I understand. However, I guess one of the pros, if for lack of a better word, is you also lose weight if you're on if you're on the injections, right? But I think she takes another something that's actually, I guess, designed for weight loss. Her and Polly are both on it now. They both look good, but Dolores looks good. Dolores, like her neck looks good, her face looks good. Like Dolores looks top notch to me. She was already a baddie, anyways. Now it's like just like baddie times 10. But yeah, she was on Watch What Happens Live. You know how like they'll show like them walking out from behind? It was her and somebody else, I can't remember. And I was like, oh, Dolores. Baby, Dolores looks good. Anyway, shout out to Delolo. So she's sitting at the table, and girl, you saw somebody sweeping. Girl, I think it was a mess. They showed like a clip. It looks like everybody is on everybody's neck. I heard some glass shattering in the background. So whatever happened at that sit down, it didn't turn out the way it was supposed to turn out. Okay. And Delolo was sitting there confused and probably a little upset. Okay. Rachel. Rachel is back. John is also on the shot. Okay. He done lost a lot of weight. Um, they're having issues with their daughter. I think they said that she has a tongue tie. Um, and it she's having trouble with communicating. So they're taking her to like a doctor to get everything situated with that. They had a family like barbecue, and the grandmother, I think her name is Anna, because she calls Jennifer. See, now, I don't want the grandmother to get her wig tugged down. But if Jennifer come after the grandmother for coming for her, then I don't want to hear nothing. But I'm not gonna lie, when the grandmother called Jennifer nose job Jennifer, baby, when she called Jennifer, girl, when she called Jennifer nose job Jennifer, when I tell you I hollered, I didn't hear it the first time. I was like, what did she say? And I had to rewind it. And I was like, what did she say? And I just then I finally caught what she was saying. Nose job Jennifer Honey. Um, Rachel and I think Jen Fessler's husband. They're planning a surprise birthday party for Jen Fessler, the friend of the Housewives. Um, but I think they're telling her that it's a dinner, right? But they're actually going to surprise her with a birthday party. Anyway, so Melissa is back. Can I say something? Before we even get started with New Jersey, there's a like Team Melissa and Team Teresa. Just so we're clear, I'm not Team Nobody on this show. Um, Especially not Team Melissa, Team Teresa. If they took New Jersey off the air next season, I wouldn't care. I'm not emotionally connected to the show like that. I just really started watching full seasons. I used to always watch episodes here and there, but I just started watching full seasons. Probably what season 9 or season 10. Um, I don't necessarily know the full backstory of Melissa and Teresa. I never really get into that. Um, I will say, since I've been watching, um, Teresa's probably my least favorite on the show. um, but I do want to say this though, and I will say that since I've been watching, Melissa tends to make more sense when she speaks than Teresa does. Most people on the show tend to make more sense when they speak than when Teresa does. Um, but I tried to tell y'all last year when Andy clocked Teresa at the reunion, and Teresa tried to make it seem as though, girl, this was going to be Melissa's last season, and Andy basically was like, "Girl, who told you that?" And as we can see, Melissa is back. So Teresa ain't got no power. I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all have convinced Teresa that this is her show. This is not Teresa's show. Just like it wasn't Nene's show. Just like it wasn't Vicky's show. This is not Teresa's show. Girl. If Nene can get the boot, if Vicky can get the boot, Teresa can eventually get the boot too. Girl. One monkey don't stop no show. The show will continue. Right? Now, will it be as great when certain people leave? That's up for debate. But people get fired from jobs all the time. And I think that Teresa has in her head that this is my show. That's not your show. Girl, you ain't got no power at Bravo, because if you did, your sister-in-law and your brother wouldn't be on the show. Hello? Because according to Teresa, that was going to be Melissa's last time on the show. But as we can see, Melissa is back on the show. All right. Anyways, Antonia is going to college. Um, you know, girl, Teresa's daughter is going to college. Antonia is trying to take all. Is her name Antonia? Girl, I don't know these kids' names. Um, she wants to take all of her clothes. Girl, that's not going to help. Now, I don't know about how the dorms are, or her living situation. I think she's going to the University of Delaware, I believe. I remember when I went to college, the dormitories are not that big. Those rooms are not that big. If she's living in the dorms, I believe so, I believe she is, because she mentioned something about like community showers. We had community showers too. Um, so I believe she is staying in the dormitory. Cause she'll find out. Girl, you can take all those clothes. I remember we had a desk. In the desk, um, we had a desk, and then I think we had one dresser, and then we had one closet. And the closet and the dresser, of course, were both movable. You could transport them from different spots in the room if you wanted to rearrange um, your living space. But girl, they don't give you that much space. Like, girl, when your mama when your mama was trying to tell you, girl, you need to take 5 pair of jeans, she was right. Girl, you need to take 5 pair of jeans, 5 pair of sweats, five because girl, you ain't got that much space. Okay? You might get away with 6 or 7 depending on the size of your clothes, okay? Um anyways, but yeah, that was cute. Teresa got some new teeth? Teresa like she got a whole new set of teeth in her mouth. I don't know. Maybe I just don't pay attention to Teresa like that. But Teresa and Louis look like they're both when they got a new set of veneers. I put Are We Watching the Same Show? I see a lot of people online talking about all people do is talk about Teresa. Girl, literally. One of the first conversations that I saw Teresa and Louis have in private was them bringing up, girl, the sister-in-law and the brother. Everybody talks about everybody on the show. Teresa gonna bring up Melissa and Joe. Melissa and Joe gonna bring up Teresa. Girl, Teresa gonna bring up John and the purple two-sided dildo. Girl, like everybody talk about each other. So this thing as if like Teresa just sitting over there and they're just having family time and not talking to nobody. It's just not. That's not true. That's not true. Jen and Margaret, they meet up. Well, she went over to Jen's house. She brings Jen a little play toy, something to just help her, I guess, when, ain't nothing like self love. Self love is the best love, and it's the safest, even when you married, because you never know what these niggas is doing. Um, Margaret is still grieving Jan's death. So she's still going through the process, right? Margaret does not want to discuss Teresa at all. Jen brought it up. She said, I don't want to talk about her, and that's what it is. Melissa has also said in the confessional that she doesn't want them to ask her questions about Teresa. Now, how far is this going to last? We don't know. Um, I will say this much. Andy came out and said at one point that basically it wasn't sustainable for them to continue to operate this way with the show. At BravoCon 2023, I don't know if the girls and boys know this. Girl, they had two different panels. That's how much of a mess. We thought Potomac is a mess. Potomac is still a mess. But girl, they can't even sit on the same stage with each other. That's how much of a disaster it is in Jersey. They had to break them up into two different panels. I forgot who was on what panel, but I do know that Melissa and Joe were not on the same panel with Teresa and Louis. Girl, that's a mess. Girl. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do this with people not wanting to speak with each other and people not wanting to talk to each other. I don't know. It's not gonna last that long. Now, Andy did also come back and say that, oh, he misspoke. No, you said it the right way. It's not gonna work. Just because you filmed the season doesn't mean that it worked. Okay. Um, anyways, so Teresa and Dolores are going on a double date. Paulie is still legally married. I don't know much about Paulie. I am still trying to figure out why is Paulie still legally married after 10 years of separation. Isn't that what they say? They say he's been separated for about 10 years. I said the only way it would make sense, I guess, if Paulie is filthy rich. I don't know. 10 years is a long time I don't know. That's just weird to me. That is weird as hell. That's weird as hell. Um, Louis. Louis sent John a text to meet up so they could have a conversation. I was with Louis. I don't too much care for Louis either. Girl, Louis gives me very much weirdo vibes. But I felt I try to be right. I try to be fair. Um, I don't. Louis wanting to meet up with John separate from the group is sometimes the best move because I feel like John would have tried to put on a show. I felt like John wanted an audience. That's why he didn't want to meet up with Louis by himself. I think he wanted the backup of Lil Joe, right? And some of the other men in the group. Louis is sneaky. I think Louis is a weirdo, but I also don't think that Louis was wrong for wanting to have a separate conversation outside of the group. Um, Teresa lets it be known that they said that Frank is Frank on the show this season. I hope they didn't kick Frank off the show for Paulie. I thought I saw a piece of his face in the trailer, but I don't know. I can't remember. I hope Frank is. I like Frank. I like all the men on the show. Um, except for kind of Louis. Louis just is weird to me. I don't know. It's something about Louis and Teresa. I'm sorry. Anyways, oh, the plan to take down Teresa. Frank was a messy queen and went and told Teresa that they had a plan, I guess, to take down Teresa and Louis at the reunion. Now, this is the thing. It sounds bad at first, and even I was over here like, "Ooh, girl, that's so trifling." I see why people be saying Teresa, and then a light bulb went off in my head. Girl, I said, "Hold on." Last year at the reunion, they all knew prior to the reunion that Louis had hired a private investigator to look into their lives, right? And Marge is already pissed off, I guess, because I forgot. I think people, weird people, were calling her son's phone. I can't remember, but everybody was pissed off. So when Teresa just puts it that way, oh, they had a meeting to take me and Louis down, it does sound like, oh, girl, they're coming out to Teresa. But when you remember what the fuck Louis was doing in the stunts and shows he was pulling behind the scene, it actually makes goddamn sense for them to meet up and be like, bitch, when we get to this reunion, we turn their asses up. I'm sorry, girl. Teresa and Louis. Teresa, we cannot act like they just met up just because and wanted to take down Teresa and Louis just because. Girl, we met up because we found out your nigga is on some sneak shit. That's it. That's it. So Polly said that he heard someone, I think he said Jen Fessler, say that they didn't execute the plan properly. But that's what it was, Teresa. Girl, your man had hired a PI, and they were pissed off, and they want to come. They in the plan was to come to the reunion and wear your ass out. The party is cute, messy, fessy. Jennifer and Teresa, they ride together. Y'all know Jennifer used to be my girl. Girl, I'm gonna say when I fell in love with Teresa. I mean, I fell in love with Teresa. I fell in love with Jennifer. I used to watch clips and stuff here and there. Like I remember her performance. My first time watching parts of the reunion and episodes with Jennifer was when she had the blue dress on. Remember she had the blue dress on at the reunion? I think it was a blue dress. I think it was a blue dress. And she had like some strings in her hair, like some yarn or something. Let me see. I think she had on a blue dress. And I remember her I was like, oh, girl, who, like, she getting on my nerves. Like, I don't know. It was just something about her at the reunion that was giving me teen too much. Not last year. Not last year. It was a shorter, this right here. This is what I'm talking about. I think it was this reunion. Season 10. I think it was season 10 reunion. Yeah, I think it was season 10. And I was like, oh, girl, you doing too much. And then when she came back, I think it was season 11, is when they had the white on, or season 12. I can't remember. She was wrapping Margaret ass up. I said, oh, girl, when I tell you, she was getting everybody together. Merriam Webster, where you at? I said, come on, Merriam Webster, where you at? Girl, she was wrapping the girls up. And I was like, okay, yes, Miss Jennifer. So I started going up for Jennifer. Jennifer was my girl. And then when I had to release Jennifer back to the community is when Margaret said, oh, bitch, you got me at the reunion, but when we come back next season, bitch, I'm swinging your ass every which way but loose. And Margaret was swinging Jennifer every which way but loose the next season, and Jennifer just lost it. And so my issue with Jennifer is this. Jennifer, if she wants to kiki and cackle with the other girls about the rumors in the streets, that's completely fine. But Jennifer was the same one who almost had to be checked into a mental health institution just 1 or 2 seasons ago when Margaret was wringing her ass all around Jersey, girl, letting everybody know that her husband was a slut just like her. Right? Remember the whole thing was Margaret was a slut. Well, girl, your husband is a slut too. Wasn't he fucking some bitch at the office? And girl, once Margaret let everybody know that this picture perfect girl life that she's trying to paint is not so picture perfect, girl, Jennifer just lost it. So if Jennifer wants to go around talking about whose husband getting fucked by purple two-sided dildos, that's fine. But the same way that Jennifer can walk around here and talk about rumors, don't get mad when the girls talk about your truth. That's my only thing. That's my only thing. So Jennifer, you might want to just tread lightly because we saw what happened the last time when the girls told your real tea. You lost it. You lost control. And your head was spinning the whole goddamn season. And you can never get your feet planted properly on the ground because Margaret had knocked your ass off your stool and you couldn't figure it out. Because you thought that secret that you had about your husband being a slut, just like Margaret, wasn't nobody gonna find out. And you've been walking around here, girl, trying to low-key slut shame Margaret when your husband is just like a slut like Margaret. And Joe. Right? Anyways, they talk about John like back to the rumors, back to the rumor mill. They say John like purple-sided purple two-sided dildos. I said what? I said, well, hold up now. He like, so he like a little penetration, girl. So he like to get pegged. Okay. And then they also said that he's a street pharmacist. Now listen, I'm not gonna sit here and lie, girl. Teresa get on my nerves, but right is right and wrong is wrong. For some reason, I low-key believe that John used to be a street pharmacist. A part of me believes it. I believe it. A part of me believes he used to be on the corner slanging rocks, baby. I just feel like it has some truth to it. I do. I do. I do. Now, now, do he like purple-sided dildos? I don't know. But girl, you know, a lot of y'all out there eating y'all man ass and girl strapping on and don't want nobody to know. So you never know what people doing in their bedrooms, and quite frankly, none of our business. But the whole drug dealing stuff, I'm not too. I'm not. I don't know if I completely believe that that's not far from the truth, right? Um, Melissa walks up to Dolores. Girl, she was good. I tell you, girl, Melissa had grabbed a good chunk of Dolores because Dolores' ass do look juicy. I said, come on, Miss Dolores. Dolores is fine as hell. Girl, Dolores is fine as hell. Girl, when Melissa walked up and grabbed her ass, was like, I just want to make sure that ass is still there. Did y'all see when Dolores sat around was like basically like, yeah, it's still there. She was looking she was looking up her shoulder while Melissa was just grabbing her ass. She was just sitting there. Yes. Oh! Oh, yeah. I haven't had a good I haven't had a good ass grab in a long time. She was looking up her shoulder while Melissa was just grabbing on that ass cheek. I said, yes, ma'am, Dolores. Dolores said, grab, baby, grab, honey. Anyways, Teresa and Jennifer get to the party. Marge, Jim, and broke her neck trying to get the hell away from Teresa. So I'm guessing that this is where the fallout between Jackie and what's that heifer name? Margaret starts, right? Because we find out that Mark and Jackie, I don't think they're friends anymore. And the word on the curb was it had something to do with the book. So I'm assuming that this is where the fallout starts, I guess, with Margaret not getting a copy of Jackie's book. I don't know. We'll see what really is the tea once the season progresses. Danielle speaks to Jackie. Jackie is my girl. But I thought that was so weird. Like I think Jackie, you've been doing this for too long. I think Jackie said something like she could have said hi. And I forgot who they were talking to, and then I think it was Rachel. Was it Rachel? I can't remember. And then somebody said she did say hi. She was like, yeah, well, and then she changed the subject. And I was like, what the fuck is Jackie talking about? I thought it was weird. I was like, okay, girl, you losing it. Jennifer says that Margaret was nice to her and she's surprised. And then Teresa, this is why I said Teresa is not, I don't care what anybody says, I don't think Teresa is as smart. And then Teresa says, it's because you're my friend. No, that's not how that works. If anything, she wouldn't speak to her because you're her friend. Even Jennifer had to say, well, no, that would mean that she wouldn't speak to me because I'm your friend. You're like, I don't know. Anyway, and here go Messy Joe, Look Joe, the look one. Girl, here he go being messy. We gotta call a thing a thing. Joe wants to fuss, fight, and argue. He do. Because if you're really done with Louis and Melissa, not Melissa, and Teresa, then there really was no need for it's one thing for you to have conversations with your wife at home. It's another thing for you to kind of want to get the shit started at, when you get around your friends. And I think that's part of the reason why John, is it John Fuda? Yeah, John. I think that's part of the reason why John wanted to have the conversation with Louis at the party so he could have an audience. So here you go with Joe, Melissa's husband, talking about where's your boy? Your boy. Talking about Louis. Polly is already getting agitated, I guess. Polly and John, long story short, Polly and John get into it. I will say that I think we all kind of know that when you're in a heated argument and people start to use curse words, it does heighten the argument, right? When you're going back and forth, and then somebody be like, "Well, just shut the fuck up and let me talk." now we, now girl, it's a furniture moving. So I think we've probably all done it. I'm sure I'm probably guilty of it. Arguing with somebody and I start cursing, and then girl, it goes to a whole nother level. When if I probably wouldn't have cursed, we still probably would have been angry, but it probably wouldn't have went to that girl 15th level, right? So Polly, from what I remember, Polly did curse, and I think that's when John got a little upset, and then that's when Dolores stepped in and was like, "We gotta go." My daddy always said, "Make sure you know what the nearest exit is." I said, "I know that's right." So she gets Polly, and they get the hell up out of Dodge. Um, Teresa and Jennifer are leaving, and they see Rachel, and she says that Teresa says to Rachel, I mean, I don't want to talk, but I think she said, I don't want to talk now, but your husband. Girl, I'm not saying this just because I don't like Teresa. I'm saying this because I really do believe this. I think Teresa just wanted to fuss, fight, and argue. I don't think that Rachel said anything that should have made Teresa feel like, oh, you're coming for my husband. She said something about she knows how to be something about a gentleman. And then Rachel responded to like, do you really know gentlemen? Right. And then it went from there. And then I think, um, I don't remember I don't want to, I don't want to say what Rachel said because I can't really remember. I don't want to make up anything, but I don't think that it got to the point where she should have been like, yeah, your husband is a drug dealer. And I'm like, okay, girl, you just wanted to say that. Like, you just wanted to throw in her face that the streets are saying your husband was a dope boy. You know what I'm saying? Now, Rachel was like, um, he was not. She said he was the biggest drug dealer in Bergen County. I forgot where it was, but she was like, he was not. Now, no tea, no shade. I don't know if she meant he was not the biggest drug dealer in Bergen. He wasn't the biggest. He was the second to the biggest, bitch. Get it right. He wasn't the biggest, but he was damn near close. But he wasn't the biggest, bitch. Okay, so talking shit you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Don't even have all the facts straight. Um, and she was like, he was not. So I don't know if she meant he was not a drug dealer or he was not the biggest drug dealer. Because it's a difference to me. Okay. And then John and Teresa end up eventually getting into it because Rachel tells Teresa, "Oh, there's my husband. Go say what you, whatever, whatever." John, I am of the belief, I don't give a damn, girl, what your gender is, what you identify as. I'm not one of those people that believes that a man and a woman cannot get into an argument. And on some real shit, if we're going to be honest about it, I don't give a damn if it's Marlo and Todd. Todd had every right to stand up and say whatever he wanted to say to Marlo because Marlo was dragging Todd right in front of his face. I don't give a damn if it's Chris and Giselle. Chris can say whatever the fuck he want to say to Giselle, especially after she accused him of what he accused her of. I don't give a damn if it's Teresa and goddamn John. You want to sit here and call this man a drug dealer all on TV? He got every right to raise his motherfucking voice. Period. Girl. Period. I saw some people said, "Oh, he shouldn't be talking to Teresa like that." Well, Teresa should have kept her motherfucking mouth closed, and I said that man was a drug dealer. That's it. That's it. You just said the man like purple two-sided dildos, and you say he was a dope boy, and he's not supposed to feel some type of way about that. Now, whether it's true or not, we don't know. I guess that's to be determined. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that you said it. Now, I don't know if it is true. I don't know why John thought he was going to get his ass on TV and his dirt wasn't going to come out. Teresa and them said that was all over the blogs. I don't know, child. And I keep up with the white blogs. I don't never remember seeing no shit like that. I'm on Just Jared and all the other white ones. Okay? And I don't remember seeing no shit like that. So I don't know if Teresa is lying or if it really was in the blogs and I just didn't see it that day. Or if it's some shit that I feel like it's some shit that Louis probably found out when he was back there digging for shit, and that's how it happened. It was funny when when Teresa and Jennifer was over there at that candy station putting their candy in their bag. Bitch, I'm not gonna lie. When Teresa was kind of cracking me up this episode. When Teresa was putting that candy in that bag, talking shit, putting them Starburst, girl, dropping Starburst on the ground and shit. Girl, when she got that ponytail and slung that ponytail to the side. Oh, when she swung that ponytail, baby. I know that's right, Teresa. Anyways, girl, that was pretty much the episode. It was cute. I'm here for New Jersey. So we down here. All right, y'all. We'll be back next week for episode 2. Bye, y'all.